The State Center Community College District informed Richardson, who had been employed at the college for nearly 33 years, that he'd been placed on paid administrative leave pending an investigation into unspecified allegations of creating a hostile work environment, along with reportedly harassing and discriminating against colleagues based on gender.
And we are not fed up with this yet, America?
Bruh.
Oh, it's only getting worse, buddy.
It is. Oh, yeah, totally. It's getting so much worse. But I'm wondering what happens to actually if people will get fed up. At what point they will, if they will. Because, I mean, I am of the opinion that we are in a cultural revolution in the United States. And I'm not sure how many people here agree with me, but I think everyone does. And I'm just wondering when the rest of the alleged liberals will realize that progressivism is not liberal, that it's illiberal, that it's authoritarian, that it's essentially, Maoism in the United States.
Yeah, I think this professor's horrible. Really a bad guy.
Now I want some.
Want a little bit?
Yeah, send it over.
There you go.
Which one is that one?
We have like 2,000 bars.
No.
Have you had one yet?
I haven't got a lot of them.
No, I haven't had one.
You want one?
Nah, I'm good.
It's not bad.
It's really not.
I got some already.
Not a whole bunch of ingredients in it either. It means it's healthy for you.
Which one is this one?
I guess. A lot of sugar.
Right.
Oh, a lot of
It's actually not that bad. One bar, it's like 19 grams of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess if that's all you eat, not the worst thing, but, we're now in a state where if you take a dump on a pride flag, hate crime, maximum penalty. If you try to kill people on a subway train or threaten to do so, you're the victim.
Of course.
And if you're a professor who offers up chocolate that happens to be made by Jeremy Boring, you will be placed on leave and placed under investigation, and the police will come serve you notice.
I mean, the left understands the friend-enemy distinction just way better than the right. They understand where they're at. They understand that the key right now is marking territory, knowing who's on your side. They're willing to punish their enemies and reward their friends with every opportunity. And it's gross. It's difficult in a society. We wish we wouldn't live that way, but we have to understand that's where we're at right now. And just like you were saying, you got to get out of these cities if you're a conservative or if you're right-leaning or any of this. Well, you also have to get out of any of these lines of employment or anything if you are not along with the progressive agenda. They're going to come for you no matter, even if you're gay or whatever. It doesn't matter. If you disagree with them on something, you will get purged.
That's why I like eating the chocolate bars on the show and making a joke out of it, because I really would prefer it if people stopped buying Hershey's and started doing nothing but buy Jeremy's. Parallel economy.
Tim actually pays me in Jeremy's chocolate.
That's all he gets. He gets
That's
one. He gets
literally all I get.
One
Yeah.
chocolate bar every night.
Every night.
That's it.
It's
But he has to
magical.
eat it.
I have to eat it even
Yeah.
if I'm really full.
So,
Even if I'm really
so
full.
Tim is feeding the Irish, basically?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
confirmed?
true. It's true. Tim
But what if there's a
feeds
chocolate
starving
bar?
artists. What's that?
It's just a bad joke. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, look, this is how the left works, though, right? So you mentioned earlier someone on the subway threatening people, trying to bring them harm.
You mean the victim?
Yeah, they're a victim. Exactly.
Right.
Well, that's because the left, of course, divides people up into victim classes and oppressor classes. And I think a lot of people on the right don't realize just how far that goes. It's actually ideologically consistent. It doesn't map onto the world, but it's consistent because in their minds, if someone is a victim, any and all behaviors that they engage in are a manifestation of their victimhood. And if someone's an oppressor, any and all behaviors that they exhibit are a manifestation of their oppressiveness. So even though you had a clear situation of self-defense, right? The person who was screaming at other people on the subway, he's a victim by his very nature and can never be anything else because the left's placed him in this category. So his behavior, which we all understand as reasonable, people victimizes others, actually makes him the victim. And then the person who acts in self-defense is an aggressor because he can't be anything but an aggressor. It's literally his nature. It's the label that belongs on him. It's his category.
It's literal Narco Tyranny.
Well, it's an inversion of aristocracy, right? Aristocrats have more privileges than you. They have more rights than you. Well, because this person is a victim, therefore they are allowed this extra latitude. Certain laws don't apply to them. They are above these things because these allowances have to be made. You're held to a different standard because you don't have that status. It's really all there is to it.
I feel like... Oh, go ahead.
Well, and I'll also say, I mean, they actually believe, these people are so paranoid and insane. They think, and this is They honestly think, the true believers among them, that white people on subconscious level, even if they don't realize it consciously, white people are walking around thinking, how can I kill a black person? They really genuinely think that that is how white people's minds work in this culture. So when a white person defends himself from a black person and that black person dies, well, they were clearly just looking for the opportunity to kill a black person.